Hello, everyone out there in podcast land. Welcome to the Front Row Movie Reviews, the podcast for people who actually like movies. And just when I thought I was done for the day, CBS has dropped the new trailer for Star Trek Discovery over at Comic-Con. I am probably the biggest Star Trek nerd at the front row, and if I'm not, I will. If somebody claims I'm not, I'll fight them for it. But I have been waiting and hoping for over a decade now for Star Trek to return where it belongs on television. The Star Trek movies are hit or miss. More are hits than misses, I believe. But truly, for Star Trek to do what it's supposed to do, and that is tell stories about the human experience, it has to be on TV. That being said, it's not going to TV. CBS Discovery Star Trek Discovery is CBS's attempt to make you buy into their streaming service, and the bastards are going to make me buy into their streaming service. So what's going to happen on September 24th is we're going to have the pilot for Star Trek Discovery on TV. Immediately at that point, it will also be available on CBS All Access. And because, again, CBS doesn't want you to binge, binging is bad, they'll release an episode once a week here on out. And actually, I think there's going to be a break mid-season. So they really want you to pay for their streaming service for several months. They're not following the Netflix model of, we're just going to give you an entire series, binge at your will. Unfortunately, I would rather binge. But we'll be okay. The one nice thing about CBS dropping these episodes week after week is I'm going to be able to do a podcast. We're looking at discovering Star Trek. I'm putting it together right now in the front row, and my hope is to have that going probably a week before the launch. We'll kind of discuss what we're looking forward to, and then we'll discuss the show as it comes out. But that being said, I have not seen the new trailer yet. I'm going to take a look at it now. And my little caveat is you won't see a trailer down here in the corner because YouTube does not support its content providers and doesn't support fair use. I had a fight with CBS's lawyers for over 3 months dealing with the last Star Trek trailer I dealt with. So I'm just not going to deal with it this time. CBS is a bunch of bastards. They shouldn't fight the content providers who are trying to get people to watch their shows, but they did. And I don't want this video blocked. So I won't show it here, but I will be on the notes below, and I'm going to check it out right now. And I'm going to hit play right now. We're starting out with another narration. This is a different ship here. That's a third ship that we know of. So this girl likes to get her ships blown up, basically, is what we're saying here. Because the Shinzen's going to be gone, supposedly, before she takes on the Discovery as first officer. And that was a different ship because it had a U in the name. Or EU. There's a Shinzen. I'm not sure why there's a Starfleet logo on the ground. So much for Prime Directive. Klingons look kind of weird, but we've been told these are ancient Klingons, whatever that means. Sarek. Shinzen looks a lot like a Steamrunner class, and kind of like the Enterprise from the NX-01 Enterprise. Okay, you're screwed. That's a lot of ships. Yeah, so what we've been told is the first pilot will be Michael is the character's name on the Shinzen, or Shinzu. And then she'll be moving over to Discovery, and that will be a second pilot for the second episode, or maybe actually the third episode, because it's probably going to be a two-parter for the first pilot. So we still have not seen the Discovery in this trailer. These are crew members of the Discovery. So we're seeing the inside of it, but and there's Jason Isaacs, who is the captain of the Discovery, who I still think is going to be a bad guy. Hardcore Fenton Mudd. Yes. Excellent. Okay, I think that was a Discovery right there for the first shot of it. They're really hype up the fact that her ship's going to blow up. A lot of force fields. That's cute. Looks like a big weapon or space, and she's gonna be the only one who survives this. I think. With okay, I'm just rambling here. Let me wait until the trailer ends so I can actually talk. See if there's gonna be anything at the end of this here. There's our little September 24th CBS All Access. Thanks CBS. Okay, so that's it. Okay, so a lot of this we're seeing is, I'm assuming, from the first two episodes, the original pilot, which again will have Michael, and I'm blanking on her name, but she is the actress from Walking Dead, and she's going to be the main character, the first officer of the Discovery. But she starts on the Shinzu and moves over to the Discovery after what it looks like is the Shinzu gets completely obliterated. Jason Isaacs is the captain of the Discovery. We are going to be following the first officer more than the captain, which is a change for Star Trek. Every other time we've kind of followed the captain all the way through, which tells me that I'm assuming Isaacs is going to go bad or whatever, and sooner or later Michael's going to have to take over, because I don't see them doing an entire show where she's not in charge. And I like the actress. I didn't like her character in Walking Dead, but I like the actress, so I'm okay with her running a show. Discovery looks ugly as hell. They still haven't shown it really in the trailers, but we have seen pictures of it, and we have seen some concept art. And the goofy thing, there's two goofy things about Discovery. First off is the nacelles look like a Klingon bird of prey, and I think they're playing off that a little bit. I think they're going to do some kind of mission of peace, maybe a cross design, kind of like the Klingons and the Romulans did in the original series. I know I'm really going a little bit geeky here, but in the third season, we learn of the original series, we learn that the Romulans and the Klingons have signed a treaty, and they're sharing tech. So Romulans show up in D7 Klingon cruisers. Really, they show up that way because the budget was so low, they didn't want to put in a Romulan ship, so they just used some old stock footage of Klingons. But we're going to go with the whole idea that they're working together. So potentially, the Discovery may be some kind of hybrid Klingon Starfleet technology working together, whatever. I'm okay with that. It's still butt ugly, but I'm okay with it. The other thing that concerns me and concerns a lot of people, if you look at the saucer section, it is a round disc, like all saucer sections have been. Here, I'll do it on my Enterprise. You know, this is a much better design. This is pretty. This is the best one, by the way, of any design ever put on Star Trek. The Constitution refit, beautiful. Okay, so you got the saucer section, and it is cut out to have an inner ring. So there is a hole here, and there are like 3 or 4 struts that are holding this together. So 4 torpedoes, and you cut off your bridge from your ship. It's a stupid ass design. But everything else, aside from the Discovery looking butt ugly, tells me that I should be excited for this. They're putting some money into it. I was concerned, being CBS All Access, it wasn't going to have a big budget, but it's obvious now that CBS wants you to pay them money to see this show. And to do that, they are going to give you pretty stuff to look at. I like the idea, again, of the first officer being the focus of the show. We've done the captains for forever. Let's see somebody who is still in the thick of things, but she may have a different perspective. And that emphasis there on she, too. I like the idea of having a female protagonist. We had Janeway, but Janeway was crazy, and she murdered a lot of people. So I'm not a really big fan of Janeway. For those playing the home game, my favorite captain, Cisco. Awesome. I'm rambling now. But I think the cast looks good. There's a lot of very good actors in there. I think the idea that she has an upbringing that is kind of different than most humans. She is fully human, but she is the first human to attend the Vulcan Science Academy, which for geeks out there, the Vulcan Science Academy is a big thing. And the fact that a human is let in, not only a human, but she looks like sponsored or mentored by Sarek, Spock's father, says that this girl's got a lot going for her, and the Vulcans are going to have a lot to play into this. And we're still dealing with the Vulcans of pre-TOS. And if they're going to follow the established timeline of the Prime Universe, which it seems like they're going to try to, The Vulcans are not exactly friends of the humans. I mean, they're partners in what's going on. They're obviously one of the founding races of the Federation, but they're always kind of standoffish when it comes to working with humans. And I'm thinking we're going to see that here with Sarek and Michael working together in some way or form. And this is 10 years before the original series. So Spock is in Starfleet at this point. He is the only Vulcan in Starfleet. Kirk is in Starfleet. He should be on the Farragut right now. So I doubt we're going to see Kirk, Spock, and McCoy. But they're out there, and they are available to be used just because they're in there for the timeline. So there's a lot going on with this. I'm really excited about it. As I already mentioned, we're going to be doing a show that will be discussing this show episode by episode. I don't know who's going to be on it yet. I just know I'll be on it, and we'll grab some more folks as we go. And I'm looking forward to it. I have been waiting patiently and impatiently for Star Trek to come back to episodic television. And I am Deep Space Nine is my favorite of all the Star Treks. It was the first one I got to see from pilot to finale. I never really got on the Voyager because Janeway is crazy, and Voyager was on UPN, and I didn't get UPN. I liked Enterprise, especially season 3 and 4. But since then, we have not had, and really since Deep Space Nine, we have not had extremely good Star Trek on TV. And I'm looking forward to having that week after week again. So we will be in touch more when this gets closer, but I am still excited. That looked like a great trailer. Hopefully the Discovery looks a little less butt ugly when it gets on TV. And until then, live long and prosper.